I've been over there before. They are rooting for Cornell, Luca Valentini. We have plenty of you tuning in, and leave us your comments. Tell us who you think is going to be in the top three. 7.57 for that, Aaron. He was rewarded for that. Had he rode away cleanly, like you said, he'd have gone straight up the beach. So off, straight out to sea. Lovely angle there, as you can watch. He's going straight into this, Aaron. He's not messing about
317.
here. Looks
It's
good.
a big one. Oh, it's perfect.
Exactly what he needed.
He needed it. He definitely did. And I think that would be a high scorer. It's probably one of the best ones we've seen from him all competition. You could see from the start how hard he pulled in to get that first
Got that leg
rotation.
position nice and straight. That left leg went down straight, and
He was balanced all the way through, and then he was just coming in for a very clean landing. So that is what he needed after that first crash. That will be one that he struggled with actually in the previous heat. So with that out the way, I expect him to be onto a good run. Yeah, 8.3.
He's definitely one of those riders as well, Liam. The 8.3, great score. He's definitely one of those riders that likes a challenge.
Yeah, he
You know.
rises to the occasion.
Yeah.
Most definitely. He's a very good free rider too. He can do everything all the time, but he'll have some heats where he always gets a decent enough score to do very well. But when it comes to the final, you definitely do see him step it up to the next level for him. And so I think we'll start to see that come through now.
Over to Adui Cornell now. He's yet to land a trick here. He could really do with getting on the board here for the confidence, for the rhythm. Here he comes, bouncing that board. Maybe he's going to go for the double heart attack again, Aaron. Yes, he is. Oh, what a landing. That was a real start. Wow, look at that on the beach. Stoked for him. Bazito to the far left-hand side. Couldn't quite get through to the finals. This was a very good landing here, Aaron, because for me, he had every chance of crashing as well as landing, just because of the impact. The impact that he receives to the legs here, and we know as the trot, he gets a lovely extended position. That's probably going to be as high a one as you see. I think 7.5. Wow, we said 7.5 is probably the highest you can get for that, but he's got a 7.63 for that one now. So great move that comes in on the scores.
Yeah, I was questioning why he would go for that again after crashing the first one and needing big scores, but might be his lower scoring trick if it is into his top four. But as you see, it almost matches Lewis's cruise. 317.
Both of his tricks.
Yeah, so it was a good decision in the end. KGB 7 here.
It's just so easy for this man.
So fluid.
It's as if gravity has a different effect on him. That's the only way you can say it. He just floats into his moves. Such is the understanding and the skill level of this rider. He's such a nice guy. When you watch this guy walk around the event site, he's always happy, speaks to everyone. 9.17, Aaron, and we say this like 9.17 as if, you know.
It's what we've come to expect from him.
Yeah.
And it is, if someone else gets a big 9, it is a big deal, but for him it's standard now. It's unbelievable, and he's really setting the tone.
Alberto Cruz looks like he's getting on with this one. Left foot forward straight away. Backside 317. Here we go. Oh, he had to cut out on a backside 315 there, Aaron. Why was that he didn't continue?
It seemed like the rotation, he was getting a bit pulled over, and I think the majority of other riders would have maybe gone over the front, but he was just maybe, he was able to save it. Here he was getting pulled a bit out of position. Wasn't spinning quite quick enough for the height he had, but he'll still be a decent score. I would say around the mid-sevens to add to his other mid-sevens he's got already. So a very consistent start for him. Usually we see him with a couple of big crashes, but he's actually landed not the most cleanest of tricks, but 3 very hard ones so far.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your next door neighbour. The finals are on and you can watch live if you aren't already. Well, you must be because you're listening to me say that. This is the El Guna RRD Centre Kiteboarding World Cup, round 4 of the World Kiteboarding League. The men grand final. We've had the ladies, Bruna Kajia performing incredibly. Who's going to take this one? Carlos Mario looking good so far, but Liam Whaley loves to rise to a challenge as well, and he's relishing it now. What's he going to go for, Aaron Hadlow?
I think it's the backside 7. It's not quite high enough. Oh, he's popped the bar. He's going to be so disappointed with himself. Look how angry he is. He throws the bar away.
It was all the takeoff there, Aaron. He just didn't get a good takeoff.
It's hard on the inside by the looks of it. It looks like on the outside there's a bit more wind.
Let's watch the board here. It doesn't, that nasty little chop there. It sort of changed actually. Now the tide is starting to recede as well. We're starting to see possibly bounce back of these small little waves.
It's
It
really shallow on the inside. That's one thing as well.
So you have to be careful. I'm going to throw it out there to you, Aaron, to the people online, to anyone else that can hear me, who's even listening to me in the studio booth here. I think we're going to see a backside 319 in this final from Carlos Mario. I think he's in the mood. He started off opening brilliantly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if something big that we haven't seen landed cleanly in a heat so far comes out from Carlos Mario by the end of this.
Aduri Cornial, he's going to go for a backside 317 possibly. Aaron, he needs to step this up now. He's got his safety trick in, if you like. Double heart attack being the safety trick here.
He's going to need to start doing stepping it up to the at least in the 8s if he wants to get somewhere up there. So we've got 3 tricks in from Cruz, all 7.5s basically. We've got Carlos 2 tricks, not far behind with even 2 tricks, but he has 2 9s, over 9s.
Guy.
Liam's got an 8.3 with 2 crashes, but he's going to be able to have many more attempts. He's got another 4 attempts to get 3 big scorers in, which he's more than capable of. And Cornel comes in on for his 3rd trick attempt, and he is going to try and add to his 7.63.
Backside 317, I think, Aaron. Oh, he even had time there to just enjoy the feeling on the way back down. That's going to be one of the biggest backside 317s we've seen now. And what I enjoyed about this is 1, the amplitude, and 2, how much time he had after this last 360. Look at that. He had so much time. He had enough time for a backside 319 there. 8.83. That is a very big score for that move, and he'll be absolutely stoked. Aduri Corniel, he would love a place on the podium, wouldn't he, Aaron? Wouldn't that be the best thing ever?
Most definitely. And if he keeps riding like this, he's got a very good chance of getting there. See what Bebe, if he's got another 9 to pull out for his 3rd trick. Left foot forward, could be the slim 7, slim 9, 319. All day long.
All day long. The takeoff there, Aaron, was what I was watching very closely, and it was superb. Watch this last bite on the rail. Here, look at that bite, upwind. He really gets the bite of the board in there so well that even though you might have thought, oh, he's not going to get the best takeoff here with that chop, he got that extra bite. He leaned that board back even more, but it got it to grip in. Sometimes it doesn't grip in, but he seems to find this grip out there like a good Formula 1 driver in the wet. He is superb at getting these takeoffs, and as we always say, the takeoff is absolutely everything to these moves. The guys know the movements, Aaron. They know the movements, they know the winds, they're pretty good at the chop, but the takeoff is the one variable which changes every single time more than anything else. Huge score then for Carlos Mario.